today we're going to talk about shut the door.
Shut the door.
Shut the door.
Yeah, this is a phrase that God gave me a while back, and I wasn't really sure at the time what that meant. But as Josh and I were talking more and more about marriages and doing things like this, marriage enrichment, we knew exactly where it would fit in. And if you think about it, shut the door is a habit that we do in our homes. You know, we shut the door to keep the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. We lock the door at night for safety. We'll shut the door for privacy or from distractions. It's just a healthy habit in our home, and then also just to remind each other, right, to shut the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Josh is going to talk a little bit more about that. Right?
So godly habits are really important for your spiritual life. The whole reason why we have these three areas is because, as Gary Thomas says in his book, Sacred Marriage, marriage is designed to make you holy, not necessarily happy. But when we focus on holiness and growing personally, we do find happiness in that. So your marriage is this perfect environment that's going to help you to grow spiritually. And one of the most important parts about growing spiritually is to put godly habits, which are classically called spiritual disciplines. And Richard Foster says this. He says a spiritual discipline is anything that we can do that allows God to do something that we cannot do. And so there are all kinds of wonderful spiritual disciplines, and it's really anything that God would have us to consistently do, a godly habit that we can do that can help us grow. And some of those things have real deep, long-lasting impacts on our marriage. And we can do things in many different ways. Now, the ways we can look at spiritual disciplines are, one way we can look at them is when and where we do them. So you have spiritual disciplines that you do hour by hour. You have spiritual disciplines you can do every day. Some you can do every week. Some you do monthly. Some you do yearly.
Right.
Some you do on, seasonally, And so we think about, that's one way to look at spiritual disciplines. Another way to look at spiritual disciplines are the type of discipline they are. Some disciplines are private. They're inward disciplines, things that we are doing here that nobody else sees. It's just right here, right? And
we'll be talking about some examples. And then I think it's important to note, too, like the word discipline, another word for that is habits. Correct?
Yeah, well, that's one way you can look at it.
I like to look at that way because the word discipline sometimes, I don't like that word, but I know that you need it. We need it. We need it in our life. Josh is helping me with that.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit needs to speak to us and discipline us at times. So you have inward disciplines, then you have outward disciplines, things people do see, and then you have corporate disciplines, things you do together. And a third way that you can look at spiritual disciplines is you can look at things that you desire to change in yourself, and you match disciplines to those godly desires. So godly desires match with godly disciplines. And we're going to talk about this year, we're going to talk about shut the door and all kinds of disciplines in all those categories. So it's going to be really good. Yeah.
Really good.
So...
Yeah, we like to talk a little bit about our friends, Steve and Lorraine Box. Are you going to put their picture yet?
Yeah, I'll put it up.
No, they're just incredible people that have their own ministry called Reignite. They're friends of ours.
Well, they do Reignite.
They do Reignite. But their ministry is called Reignite, right, too?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and there you can see their picture.
And that's their website.
Last year they relocated here from California. And before we went to the mission field, we did a 1-week intensive with them in their home. They do coaching. You can go to their site here and under the resources tab, they've got things like coaching and godly habits and lots of other things that you can look at. But we just wanted to mention them because they're great at what they do.
They're absolutely incredible. They're some of the best at what they do. And they have a ministry that's global. They travel all over. So if you are a missionary friend of ours and you want some coaching or need some resources or some help, they are fantastic folks to get a hold of. And there's their website down there and all of that. So fantastic. So there we go. Also, just want to let you all know, at the end of each one of our things, we have a proclamation about. So today's our shut the door proclamation. So if you can do this proclamation with us, I'm going to shoot this up here, and we're going to say it together. Here's our proclamation. Our marriage is the perfect environment for us to practice our common faith in Jesus Christ. We will seek to put in place godly habits that will allow God to do His miraculous work in and through us. And guess what one of those godly habits is? It is joining us each week for this very short but a powerful little time together. We might learn something about something that might be helpful, and at least say that proclamation together and start to work towards some godly habits and things in your life, in your marriage. I just want to remind you all, we have a website, pursuechristianliving.org, and it is a ministry, and we do covet your prayers and support. It'll keep us going forward in what God's called us to do. And we're just taking one step at a time and trying to be obedient to the Lord and what He's asking us to do. We're also going to publish a book this year, and we're still needing some support to make that book happen. And that book is a 52-week devotional, 52-chapter devotion with my artwork and my writing in there, some poetry, some great things. And so you can do that, and you can also download our app, Pursue Christian Living app, which you can search in the App Store or wherever, whatever kind of phone you have, you can find it there, your mobile app. And that's about it for tonight. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Short but sweet tonight, but thank you guys so much for just how incredible support you've been giving us, and just the good positive feedback for all that we're doing. So God bless you guys, and have a great night.
See you next time.
See you next time.